Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some Nintendo Switch 2 news, specifically Donkey Kong Bananza. There's all kinds of stuff going on with Donkey Kong Bananza going on right now. It's going gangbusters, and that is awesome. Let's start with this article from Nintendo Life. Random Shigeru Miyamoto did exactly what we did when playtesting Donkey Kong Bananza. Now, as revealed in the Guardian's interview with Bananza's producer Kenta Motokuru, it seems Shiggy has an equally unique and stylish way of playing Donkey Kong Bananza, which involves simply smashing and digging instead of doing anything that would further the campaign, along whilst playing a pre-release version of the game. Instead of progressing through the game, he just stuck to one point, smashing and digging around a lot. It was a good thing to see him playing that way. It proved that there are a lot of things that players could potentially be curious about in the game. I don't know about you, but I've done this exact same thing. I think it's very funny that one of the creators of the game is playing and doing the exact same things that we are doing. We're not progressing through the game as much. We are sticking to digging, finding coins, finding all these banana chips and banana gems and fossils and all these different things, and just wanting to see what is under there and where we can go. And man, I spent 2.5 hours the other day on 2 small boards, and all I was doing was digging around. I just kept getting sidetracked of where I was going. I just think it's funny that even the creators of this game are doing kind of similar things. Let me know if you guys are getting stuck just doing all this other kind of side stuff instead of actually sticking to the main quest. We also got from IGN, it looks like people are buying the Nintendo Switch 2 because of Donkey Kong Bananza. Now, this was kind of controversial because some people were thinking that this is the game they should have released instead of Super Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World. That they should have released this, Donkey Kong Bananza. So a lot of people are arguing that, and it looks like a lot of people are being able to pick up the Switch 2 with this game. I know it restocked in places like Best Buy and Target, and it looks like a lot of people are picking up this game picking up the Switch 2 because of this game. So this gentleman says, I wasn't planning on picking up the Nintendo Switch 2 console off the bat, but the incredible reviews of Donkey Kong Bananza convinced me to cave and buy one much earlier than I expected. IGN gave the game a rare 10 out of 10, and people are already talking about how it's giving the Game of the Year vibes, basically a week after the release. And I don't know. We'll see what other games come out this year, but yeah, I think it has the potential of being Game of the Year. I've said that it really reminds me a little bit of Astrobot, but I think with Astrobot, it really directed you a little bit more than Donkey Kong does. Donkey Kong, there's a little bit more exploring, but I can see the similarities between it and Astrobot. So we'll see what happens there. He goes on to say, I was first introduced to Donkey Kong in the Super Nintendo days. Donkey Kong Country was challenging and fun, and my brother and I spent countless of hours playing. Then came Donkey Kong 64, which, if I remember correctly, actually required an expansion pack to function. It was the first 3D game I'd played that truly felt new and sits comfortably as one of my favorite games in my childhood. He goes on to say, these feelings of nostalgia are definitely what drove me to move up my Switch 2 purchase timeline. And I don't know about you guys, but I get the same feelings. Those feelings of nostalgia. When I first played it, man, it made me feel like those days when I first got my NES and the excitement of playing Mario and all of those games, and it just gave me that nostalgic feeling. There's something about Donkey Kong Bananza that gives you that feeling. It goes back to those games. It harkens back to those games. And I'm going to think about why. I don't know exactly why. I haven't quite put my finger on it, but there is something in there that's given me those feelings. So it's awesome to see the Nintendo Switch 2 is probably going to sell more because of Donkey Kong Bonanza. I like seeing that. So lastly, we're going to talk about this artist mode. This Kotaku has this article about Donkey Kong Bonanza fans are having way too much fun with its artist mode. Now, I don't know what this is. Somebody tell me what this is supposed to be. I really don't know. I didn't get that one. But there's just some funny ones. Here's a Donkey Kong playing an old Nintendo. Once again, I don't know what this is supposed to be, but they're funny. People are getting pretty creative on this. This Donkey Kong, that little Donkey Kong is awesome. That's perfect. Oh, yes. Homer Simpson. Oh! I love that. That is awesome. And then we've got a crucifixion of Kong. Okay. And then, oh yeah, Luigi. I love this one. With the green, that is awesome. Man, there's some creative people out there. And then Samus. And then I don't know what this Springtrap. Maybe I don't know what that is. Somebody comment below and tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. And this is one of the Donkey Kong enemies. I don't know if it's in this game because I haven't finished this game, but he's one of the popular enemies of Donkey Kong. So, man, there's all kinds of cool things that people are coming up with. Comment down below what's the coolest picture you've seen with somebody with the artist mode, and what do you think about Donkey Kong Bonanza and how you're enjoying it. And I'll see you on the next one. God bless.